There it is. What's going on, world? There it is, man. What's going on, world? Chilling. Tired as hell. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna give you the secret. I'm gonna give you the secret right here. You know, if you tap it in, I'm gonna tell you what it is, man. I don't even know my measurements. Like I couldn't even tell you like my because I don't cook. But when people say shit like a teaspoon of honey or whatever, like a spoon of honey. Also, I heard that if you put honey on like stainless steel or like stainless steel spoons, a steel spoon, whatever the fuck. Anyway, you put it on there. It's something about again, I'm not no fucking scientist. Don't quote me on this shit. Something about the chemicals and compounds within the actual honey do not mix well with metal. So you're supposed to, goddamn fucking fly. Supposed to, when you have like honey, that's why every time you get samples, if you go to like a farmer's market or you go to like a whatever you call that shit, like when they block off the street up in, if up in UW, they be blocking the street and shit. Whenever they give you samples of honey, they give you like a little not I don't want to say cardboard, man, like a little wooden spoon, a little wooden spoon like you use for ice cream and shit. So anyway, that's why you're supposed to use like wooden spoons or like little sample, like small little wood sample stuff, recyclable joints. You know what I mean? Like just little small wood things for the honey. But anyway, this in the morning, all I had, like I said, back to the whole cheat code stuff. Woke up in the morning. I'm trying to think what I had. I don't even think I had a hard boiled egg until like later in the day. But I had chugged the water, glass of water. I might have took like a random like a pill for like blood flow and good things like that. What's going on, JD? What's going on, bro? JJ Wonder in the house. But I had like a glass of water. Then I just like there was like this new bottle of honey, so I poured it on this spoon. You know, ate I don't want to say teaspoon, but I ate the spoon of honey. Had another chug of water, and then like I got kind of lazy. I was like, man, if I brush my teeth, I should brush my teeth and go to IHOP. And I started thinking to myself like, now you got to earn IHOP. So then I was like, we on an empty stomach pretty much. So let's just go straight to the gym. Went straight to the gym. I had a really great workout. I was able to go past my limits a little bit. So I was like, you know what? I was able to push it a little bit. I just had to work around a couple of people that were. There was like another class going on. There's actually a class of I don't know how to explain it, but it's like one of the main guys that was there. He had a World War II veteran hat or something like that. I don't know if that's right, but he had a veteran hat. I don't know if it's World War II or something else. He looked kind of older, like an older gentleman, and he was there monitoring his three friends that were in like a small miniature class, and a lot of those guys seem to have I don't want to say I don't know how to explain it. It's not like a cerebral palsy thing, but it's like it seemed like they had a bit of Parkinson's. So like all three of them seemed to kind of be moving a little slow. They're like what I know about my particular boxing gym is that they do have a class for Parkinson's people, like people who suffer from Parkinson's and other brain related brain and spine related stuff. Basically anything, because like there's a lady, she pretty much runs one of the restaurants up the street, which is crazy. And she comes in because she dealt with car crashes, and then all the doctors are like, you can't really do nothing about it. You're gonna have to keep giving your medication. But she comes straight into the gym and she just been working out. She's like in her 50s, 60s. I'm surviving the heat. I don't know, Jay. I gotta think about that. Like, it's interesting because I work down in the morning, and because the way the sun moves around and the windows are wide open in the gym, I got straight heat all day. So then like I was burning up, and then I went out on the track, at the university. I went to the track, I walked around, and then I did like 4 sprints. I sprinted down, walked back, sprinted down, jogged back, walked back, whatever. I was kind of tired, but I was like, I have enough energy for sprints. I feel like if I jog, I'm gonna be a little fucked up, so I'm gonna mess my legs up just trying to push it. But anyway, I think the point I'm saying is that because I was outside and after working out, when I was walking home, caught the bus back to the neighborhood, took the wrong turn, and then I ended up walking down towards this new it's like a small miniature restaurant, and then they do like coffee, slushies, and some other shit, and they had like a little breakfast croissant. So like I'm sitting out there in the middle of the sun with a hoodie on, a backpack with all my boxing gear inside, sweatpants like go all the way down to my ankle, like just running shoes. So I'm wearing like all black and green pretty much. You know what I mean? I'm just wearing all black, all green, and I'm just like wearing a sweater, a hoodie in the summertime. So I think because I was in the middle of the heat the whole morning and the whole afternoon for like 4 or 5, well, like 4 hours or something like that. I'll say 3 to 4 hours. I think because I went through that, the moment I got home, it felt really cool inside the house. You know what I mean? And then now that I'm walking back outside, I feel the warmth, but I'm just like, it ain't too bad. And it's like, it feels kind of breezy right now because the sun is starting to set. So I'm doing all right, JD, man. It's interesting, man. It's funny when the days you sit still, especially like you sit still, like whether in bed or at the house or something. If you seem in hot sometimes, unless you got the AC, Kadir or Kadir. Let me know if I'm saying that correctly. Kadir, I think it's Kadir, man. But yeah, I'm trying to. There were some days, man. JD, it be hot as shit. Like I know this weekend we're standing around at a tabletop, and that shit was hot, bro. It was like, damn, it's getting warm as hell. But then we all walked together to go grab some lobster rolls, man. So we went like a block and a half, 2 blocks down the street. It was like eight. It was like 9 of us, but then Skin had to go home. But it was like 8 of us sitting at the table together eating lobster rolls. I was like, yo, this is hard, man. This is fire right here. And I was talking to the owner. I was like, I told you I was gonna bring the cavalry. I told you I wanted to bring some friends. Like I guess they really liked it, and Mars really vouched for it. So I was really happy about that. But yeah, man, that's starting to be our new spot. It's a vibe. Yeah, it was a vibe, man. It was pretty cool. And, me and Gameblade are just sitting in the corner. He's over here, his hand spinning. His new Pegasus Blast. And the other funny part was like, um, there was a part where like he after he finished his food, the dude just busted out the toolkit with all the screws and screwdrivers and shit, and he started disassembling Pegasus Blast right on the little dinner table. It was hella funny. But it's like, what you expect, man? That's what he do. You know what I mean? No matter where we go, Blade or Spirit type joint. It was crazy because he actually dissected a turbo. He actually took apart turbo, unscrewed turbo, and then he started like kind of messing around with the mechanism a little bit. And I was like, man, are you about to unlock turbo? He's, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out how it works. And then he had a little bit of trouble putting it back together, but we figured out how to put the prongs back in and how to, you know, it just made sense after a while. But it was cool to watch, man. It was a cool weekend. Weekend was hot though. I ain't gonna lie. What I'm worried about is I guess I'm not too worried, but when I go back to work, there's a lot of AC where I work at, but there's some days when you're just moving, it's just hot, it's just warm, So I'm a little worried about that. But the other thing that's actually crazier than that is come the wintertime, because we're adjacent or like within proximity to like the actual warehouse, that is like they said like, oh yeah, the cold breeze and whatever, like the winter air, it should be shooting through the warehouse. So we'll just be standing here, and you're next to like these other, like it's just crazy, man. It just be cold as hell. Congrats on a 1K, brother. Oh man, yeah. It's funny. I looked at it and I was like, I remember, I remember the night. There was one night it was like 999, and I looked at the 999. I was like, man, this looked like some Final Fantasy attack shit. You know what I'm saying? You be playing an RPG and it says 999. I almost didn't want to go over one. That sounds stupid, but I almost didn't want to go over 1K because I play so many RPGs. When I saw the 999, I was like, that's max attack right there. That's maximum attack stats. You know what I'm saying? That's like maximum attack stats versus the least defense stats. I be fucking with RPGs, so it looked good in my brain. But then now I'm at like 1,006 or something funny. So I'm like, I can't even make it. I don't even know what year. I don't even know what happened in the year 1006. So like now the new goal is to like whatever year it is. I just want my subscriber number to go to that. So like if I can get to 2026 by next year, you know what I mean? That'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of that's like the only goal right now. Like I don't even care about the numbers. Like hey, whatever year it is, I just want that many subs. You know, unless it's like if I get 1,993 subs, that'd be kind of cool because that's the year I'm born. So I'd be thinking about it like that. That's how I'm feeling right now. But JD, what's going on with you, man? How you been doing, man? But how are you doing in the heat, man? How bad is it over there? Because I know some people. What what section is that? Like Auburn, Covington, and all that. It's kind of like direct heat happening in that section. I know you're like a little more past that, but like I know in those little sections where it's a little lower. You know what I'm saying? What do you call this? Elevation wise, and then you got direct heat on top of you, like a little more flat. It's kind of burning up over there, man. But Ramses, what's going on? Ramses, Mateus, and Kadir. Let me know, man, if you guys are still there. But let me know if I'm saying you guys' names correctly. It's hot as hell. You be chilling in the car just to use the AC. Let me ask you a question. What does the AC use? The AC uses I know it can't use gas, but it's like I'm pretty sure it uses a bit of the electricity in the battery. But how bad is it? You know what I mean? Like, are you able to like, let's say you parked in shade. You parked in shade. I seen some people the other day. I think it was one time I live streamed when I was at the park down in MLK, and these guys just parked on the side, windows cracked open. They were leaned back, just like in the shade. Like, bro, this is hot as hell today. This is too much. Where am I from? Ramses, man. I'm in the United States. So let me know where you're from too, man. You got to be able to answer questions that you want to ask. You know what I mean? You gotta be willing to answer questions that you like to ask. Well, let me know where you're from too. I'm from the United States though. But yeah, I've been thinking about that, JD. It's like there's some pockets here, man, where I don't know. Seattle seems cool. Seattle seems all right, but there are some pockets like if you start going south. I don't know about north, but you go south, you start going east past Bellevue and shit. Like it be getting hot over there. You know what I mean? But over on this side, I don't know what it is. It's almost like it's a mixture of the hills and like if you're downtown with the buildings, the wind starts blowing a certain way, the breeze starts coming in. That's one thing I will say about Pacific Northwest. You know what I'm saying? You get a cool breeze up here, man. It goes a long way. Cause I've been in like El Paso where there's no breeze. It's just like it's just hot, bro. It's just fucking heat and dry shit. And I'm not sure, but yeah, I'll turn it off if I'm in the shade cold. Okay, I was wondering about that, man. I know it runs up something. Like when you run the AC, somebody broke it down to me. They're like, yeah, when you run this shit, it's either a combination of gas electricity or if it's just straight up electricity, like battery power and whatnot. I don't be knowing shit. Like I be forgetting. Like I used to be really good with like the mechanics of a car stuff because my coach had taught me, but I forgot everything. It's nighttime where you're at, Ramses. But where are you from though? Where do you live at? That's what I'm saying. You asked me, now I asked you. So that's all I'm wondering. What's it like over there? But yeah, it's cool, man. I mean, like right now, even right now, I'm sitting in the shade. Like I will say, like on the walk over, I was crossing the busy street over here. It was warm, man. Like just like sun is like kind of, I'll say like 45-degree angle or whatever, right there. Just kind of coming down slowly, and it's like right on you. But I'm like, yes, it's still kind of hot. It's probably like still feels like it's like 80 or something like that, 82, 83. So I like that, man. You know me, I need to be around more heat, JD. That's just me. That's why I wanted to move to Texas at first. But I'm like, do I go for the heat and the good weather, which will give me peace of mind and it'll help me flowing just as a human being, or do I just go straight to Japan where I just get straight up peace? So that's what I'm thinking. But again, I never been to Japan, but I've been to Texas, so it's like I understand Texas a little better, at least Austin. Gainesville, Georgia, bro. I don't even think you're from there because you didn't even spell it right. You spelled Gainesville without the e's, man. What's that mean, man? I feel that I'm too used to cloudiness and rain, so that's all I want. JD, bro, you should live out in UK or Ireland, man. You might like it out there. I mean, in theory, right? Because like, especially if you're in the UK, it's like you don't got to worry about the ignorance of like American guns and shit. But the other thing about it too is like, what do you call this? You got to deal with knives. That's the only thing. You got to deal with knives out there in the UK. That's some wild shit. But at least people will just people will just give you a fair one, throw some hands. Well, some people will give you a fair one, throw some hands and go about the day. But you go to Ireland, you could just sit there and just guzzle pints all day. You man, just get and Beyblade. You know what I'm saying? That'd be crazy. You don't know how to spell it. You're 10 years old, Ramses. All right, Ramses, you ready? Let me know if I'm saying it correctly. Gaineville. Because I know Gainesville, Florida, but I don't know if that's the exact same one, but possibly it's the same one. Georgia is Georgia. If that helps, let me know if that helps. But it's all good, man. It's all good. I didn't know you was 10. I thought you was just some. You never know. Sometimes you got random adults trolling in here. So if you are a adult that's trolling and pretending like you're 10, that's even weirder. But I believe you, Ramses. All right, I'm believing until proven otherwise. Until proven guilty. You know how they say that. But yeah, man, I've been thinking about that, JD. Like, I do want to visit just around the world in general. My thing about Japan is like I know it's gonna be cold as shit in the winter. Like I know it's gonna be way colder than over here. You are saying the name right? Okay, cool, cool. Ramses, right? Yeah. Um, yeah, I be thinking about that shit sometimes, man. I be wondering if like yeah, I just be wondering. I be wondering like I don't know if I can handle that winter because I already can't deal with the winter here. I hate that shit. But the thing about it is like, excuse me, with the constant rainfall, your clothes and your hoodie be wet, and then the wind just be blowing. So it's just a combination of like why it's so like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna go to New York in December. Hopefully it ain't snowing crazy. JD, man, are you going by yourself? You taking a girl with you, man? Hey, either way, man. Hey, if you're taking a girl or if you find one out there, man, you gotta take her out to I'm gonna tell you right now. This is the cheat code. You ready? Take her to the Madison Square Garden. Go find you a cheap game. Go find a cheap game at the Madison Square Garden. Hopefully you're staying in Manhattan. If you're not in Manhattan, hopefully you're in Queens. If you're not in Queens, hopefully you're in like Dumbo, Brooklyn, whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's it. Just in the mirrors, Manhattan. Whoop 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 whoop. Now you're going with a homie. I was you were going with a girl. I'm gonna tell you a story, man. Last year, I think it was like last year, I was gonna go with my ex, and she was over here beefing and like fucking arguing the whole time. And then my whole thing was like, listen, if you keep talking and acting like this, I'm not getting on the plane with you. You better get that refund. She thought I was playing around. I didn't get on the plane with her, but I caught my own plane. My own pride was like, I'm gonna buy my own ticket. I'm gonna meet you out there. Met her out there, and then I was like, I told her on the phone, I was like, if you see me out there walking through New York, you better have some fucking manners. We ended up meeting up. We started talking a little bit. I said, listen, we here right now in New York. Let's just do our New York thing. But I told you, like, I don't care if you was crying at the airport. I told you I wasn't gonna ride on that fucking plane with you. But then we slightly patched things up, and then we completed the trip together. So that was a little fun thing. That was a little fun, little weekend getaway, whatever. That was kind of cool. But I will say, me and her did go to a New York Rangers game. We got a chance to see the Rangers play the Columbus Blue Jackets. But I sent her when I was in New York, I sent her the ticket for the New York Knicks versus Detroit Pistons. Is that last year or 2 years ago? I can't remember now. Might have been last year. I had to be last year. Anyway, send her the ticket, and then I'm sitting here in this. This is the cheat code. Go to MSG, get a tickets on like 300s, like either high 200s or like mid low 300 seats. It might be kind of pricey depending on what you're going to see, but I would say get those tickets because there's no bad seats in the Madison Square Garden. And the thing about it is they go all the way up to 500. So if you're over here on 300, you're right in the middle, which is really good. That's just my thing. Other than that, I will say, man, you got to remind me because there was a couple food spots I went to, but I will say spend time in like I forgot the name of these areas already. It's like you can go to Harlem for food if you want to. Just be careful. But then also like I went to the Bronx for like some Dominican food. That shit was crazy. That shit was hitting. Ramsey's how old? Oh, I'm 32, bro. I'm 32. But I was gonna say, what was that? What were we talking about? No, there's a it's near Columbia University. It's near Columbia University. It's like I forgot the name of it, man. I forget the name of this area. It's like something SoCo or something like that. Southern. No, it's not SoCo. It's something else. It's something else. I don't even remember, dog. Like, don't quote me on that. But it's near Columbia University. There's a place where you can get like a little small cheesecake, if not some pastries and shit. It's like a nice little joint out there. Every pizza joint around Manhattan, even if you get the dollar pizzas, all good, man. Todd, Rob, what's going on, bro? Rob, I was eating Rob. Hey, man, Rob, I was thinking about you today. Pause, man, because I was sitting there actually recording myself when I was training at the gym earlier today, and I was looking at my form, and I was like, people were asking me questions. I was like, man, I gotta film myself because last time I recorded last week, I was looking at my form. That shit was off. The snappiness in my shoulders was out. It's all bad, you know. I was just thinking like, damn, that's all bad. And then today I had a little more snap, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, I felt a little better. So then my whole training, I felt good, right? And then I was like, let me just bring my phone with me when I walk to the track. So I walked over to the track and the field. I told everybody that I walked past on the track and field, and everybody that ran past, I said, hey, I'm about to prop my phone up on the pillar. Is it okay with you? And then there were some kids that were about to train in soccer. So I was like, hey, I'm about to prop it on the pillar. Is that cool? And they're like, hey, you're good, man. We're just going to utilize the field, but you got time because we're not going to be prepared for a while. I was like, cool. I appreciate it. Propped up my phone. I would just jog back and forth, sprint, jog back and forth, sprint. So I was recording myself sprinting. And then I was so fucking tired after the fourth sprint. I fucking sat down at the pillar that I propped the phone up at. I just sat down. I started reviewing the sprint video, bro. The form on the sprint is ugly, bro. That's just I'm giving you a fair warning right now. If you're gonna see me sprinting, I look ugly as shit. I'm over here leaned forward, like I'm gonna get somewhere faster if I'm leaning forward. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't have no form. You got to be upright, hitting the with the strides. But I was sitting there looking goofy. I was like, yeah, I got to get my sprint game back on. You know, because I can sprint. That's the thing is I can sprint, but I look stupid. So it's cool. I refined a little bit more of my boxing posture. Cool. I refined a little bit more of my posture while I'm stretching. Cool. My jump rope game was trash today because my feet started hurting after 2 rounds. I couldn't even make it to 3 rounds, man. Couldn't even make it to 3 rounds, man. My bad. What did I miss? What did I miss? What did I miss? Next year, you're going to Florida Beach. Boom. He said, what up, you smashed the light. Oh, I appreciate it, Rob. Thank you. The trainer just subs in. Ramses, appreciate it. But yeah, man, Rob and Ramses, man, I was sad, man. I was just sitting there like looking at myself sprinting. I was like, I got it. That's the way my brain works. Is like I could do everything right, but then I got one thing wrong, and I'm like, Ugh. But I'm gonna show it anyway. I'm gonna show you guys how I look when I was sprinting. I didn't like it. I was like, nah, I'm looking goofy out here. I'm a fool. You know, I'm over just like leaned forward, like I'm trying to, like it's stupid, man. Like I'm trying to do some photo finish. Like where you going with this, man? You got to stand up straight. I don't know. That's just me. That's just me rambling about that shit. I don't know. I felt the way, man. The worst critic I have is me. That's the worst critic, man. Anybody can say anything about me. I'm like, yeah, you might be right, but I know you full of shit. Cause like some people be talking shit to you just to talk shit to you. They don't even try to help you. You know what I mean? So like when people talk to me, I'm like, yeah, it's whatever. But when I start talking shit to me, I know it's solid. You know what I mean? I'm lagging. Hey Ramses, if I'm lagging, make sure it's your connection. If it's not yours, then it's probably because there's a plane overhead. So let me know if that's the thing too. My bad. Also, let me check this because I sit at a certain. That actually makes sense because when I sit at certain spots in areas, I get a little better connection. But let me know, Ramses, if it gets a little better, just a little bit. Okay. Let me know if it gets better because the plane is about to cross right now. That's actually good that you told me that because it's good for me to know these things, man. I be needing to know that shit. But I felt a way about it a little bit. Okay, cool. Let me know if it gets a little better, Ramses. I appreciate it. Thank you, man. Rob was like, yeah, it's good to watch them vids to see your form. Yeah, you got that's the thing, man. It's like it, it's funny to review it because I remember right when I told my coach, I was like, do you care if I film? So you want to review your form? And then I didn't think about it, and I was like, yeah, I guess so. And that's when I saw my form last week, and I was like, yeah, I'm off, bro. This is all bad. And it looked real lazy. Like when I was hitting the bag, like the full video of me hitting the bag, not me whipping out the combinations. That shit was crazy. Too much talking, Ramses. Ramses, this is what we doing, bro. This is what we do here. Too much talking for you. Hey, Ramses, it's too much talking. Then peace out, bro. If it's too much talking, then peace out. You ain't got to be here. Don't feel obliged to be here. You're about to take a cold shower, Rob. Hey, man, I took one earlier. It does feel good, like with all this heat. Like I was telling JD earlier, like I was in the what do you call this? I was in the heat from like noon till now. Chico Crick, what's going on, man? Accent is good. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I'm over. I grew up on West Coast slang, so it's a mix of that, and then like most of the actual people that I grew up with were like from southern states, so it's a combination of like. Actually, hold on. No, that's true. That's true. I'm from Seattle, but it's like we had neighborhood I grew up in. It's like it's West Coast slang, so we used to have certain words that we would drop. I ain't gonna say right here, but some like small. It's very specific to my neighborhood, and then specific things that we're just getting into. Um, the other thing about it was like most of the other people that we grew up with in our neighborhood were from down south. My teacher was actually from Michigan, and then we actually had a couple of people from like Illinois. So it's like it's a combination of St. Louis. Well, I guess part of St. Louis is in Illinois, but then you have like Illinois and Michigan as a combination of those. But most people up here are like from the south, so we had a combination of different words and slang up here, at least in my neighborhood. But that's a whole other thing too. That's like when you ever talk to somebody from what was I gonna say? Compton and Inglewood, there's certain words that they use that come from Alabama, etc. You know what I'm saying, Louisiana and whatnot. So we have the same thing on the West Coast. Like most of the people that came from down south that moved to the West Coast, it's a bit of that mixed with like, you know what I'm saying, just the goofy shit. You know, we just talking goofy up here. That's how it is on the West. You know how we do over here, man. From the Bay to Seattle, like I will say, man, from the Bay to Seattle, like the motherfuckers be talking funny, like not like they're funny people, like you don't want to fuck with them, but they be saying some funny shit and not even trying to be funny sometimes. I had a friend. That funny remind me of this shit. My bad. Ramses goes, nah, I said me, not your life. Okay, all right, Ramses. Let me know. Just let me know what it is, man. Let me know what's going on. But my I knew this dude since kindergarten, but we ended up going to like all the same schools together, more or less. Actually, maybe not middle school, but we're in the same high school. And he used to there was a way he talked, and then there was certain words that he would use that was unnecessary. Like I remember somebody got a I don't. They didn't get robbed, but they got a bad deal on something. Like they paid for something and they got a bad deal. So like somebody was trying to sell some Jordans. They upsell. They is that the right word? They upsold the Jordans, and then the person who bought it ended up just like paying a whole bunch just for some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So then my friend, I ain't gonna say his name, but people who know him, they already know him. But he said, "Damn, the boy got swindled." And it's the way he said it, like the whole summer, we were just like, damn, don't get swindled out here. Get them deals, bro. Don't get swindled. So it was just a thing that kind of spiraled and like whatever. But You go down to the bay, it's the same shit. People be saying some foul, some not foul, but like they be saying some funny ass shit. That's just like you don't need to be using these words right now. Why is this happening? Did I go to the high school? Ramses, what did I just say? Come on, man. Got to keep up with it. I'm about to hit the cut. I might have to hit the piss. Low key, because I ain't trying to walk over there with the kids and the goddamn. Might just piss on a tree or something. There's too much light right now. I gotta hit the piss, low key. Come on, Ramses, you gotta keep up with the program. But yeah, man. But that's one thing that I thought about. That's one thing that had me cracking up. Is like, man, I guess I don't know, man. You find people from everywhere that's kind of like that, realistically. But it's something about it up here. People got too much time to be thinking about some funny shit, you know. And it happens that way. It happens just like that every time. I'm crack the cow right there though. CAO. Well, man, let me fold it up. Dude said, "Her, watch this, watch this." He goes, he said, "Yeah, he bullshitting right now. He bullshitting." Ramsey, let me know if I gotta get you out of here, man. Let me know if we gotta get you out of here. Reading that correctly. Yeah, from Seattle to the Bay, man. It's funny because to my understanding too, the Bay, they said, there you go, that CAO, Brazilia, CAO. I forgot that cow, whatever, joint, whatever. From I feel like Oakland, because here's the thing, right? If you go down to Oakland and San Francisco, Oakland is the town and San Francisco is the city. Like they make it clear, like, oh yes, San Francisco is the city, Oakland is the town. So that's the thing, like that's the Bay Bridge that divides like the city and the town. But that's why they call that shit the town. But for whatever reason, I would like to believe that Seattle kind of bit off of that and took it and started saying that it's the town too. But the funny thing about it is Seattle is actually more of a city, but that's a whole other conversation. Like I think about that stuff a lot. Where it's like I don't know where certain things started or what happened where, but I will say Oakland is the original town. Like it has to be. Boston is kind of up there too, like Beantown or whatever. Boston's another one. One second, man. Boston's Beantown. People forget about that shit. Shit, man. This shit nasty as hell. There we go. There it is, man. But yeah, it's funny because I was, rocking the Seattle Supersonic shorts. Had the, I don't even know what shirt I had. I might have the Sonic shirt too. I can't remember. My barber had the Mariners, all Mariners on with the Navy. Then the main barber Earl came by. He said, "Man, I see y'all repping the town today." But see, Earl had a Earl's cuts and styles fitted on. He had a snapback or fitted on. I looked at his hat. I said, "You repping the town right now too? Come on, man." I said, "We all repping the town." I looked at his hat. I said, "You got the town?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I see what you're saying." I didn't even know, man. Like that's some shit that's only here. You would only know if you was here. But yeah, everybody has like a town thing. I think I was just kind of irritated because I was like, I don't want us taking shine away from the Bay Area and Oakland. That was my main thing because a lot of history in Oakland, a lot of important history. There's a lot of important history here too, as well, realistically. But you know, it's got to be proper with the right, et cetera. You know what I'm saying? All the et ceteras, man. But yeah, we had that long couple of days and weeks going on. You know, we took care of business, did trainings, did recordings, tapped in with people, checked in with people, live streams here and there. Got as much days, got a lot of work in every day. You know what I mean? And we're going back to work on Thursday, so it's like I'm just over here preparing, not necessarily for the worst, but just for the things to come. I might have to hit the tree, man. Hella light up in there though. Give me a second, I'll be right back. I have to figure something out. Damn. About to hit y'all with a double. My bad. Here it is. Let me know if we back. Yeah, we back. Rams, get up out of here, bro. You on bullshit already? Come on, get him out of here. How do you Come on, dog. Damn, you got 30, bro. Boom. You ain't doing nothing wrong, man. You ain't doing nothing wrong. You just not keeping up the program. I don't even know why you're here. But I appreciate you dropping in. Like, what are you doing here if you want that? Yeah, man. That's another thing too. Was like, I thought about this, right? Because I went to my niece's birthday party one time, and there was all these kids around. My niece, all my nephews were around. The funny part about it was like, one of my nephews was just asking. Well, yeah, one of my nephews was asking his grandpa for the phone. This is just a little kid that swipes on his phone all day. You know, he's just on his grandpa's phone. He's just looking at stuff. He's just looking at stuff, swiping, swiping. I'm like, damn, what's going on? I realize this is how people find stuff like this. You know, you got 10-year-olds that'll just be on someone else's phone. Sometimes they have their own iPads and devices and they'll just find stuff. But I'm like, yo, man, like you just like what do you like? I just said I was gonna, black the screen out, whatever. You know, come on, man. If I gotta use the bathroom, run off. I'm gonna black the screen out. But I feel like shit because I had to fucking, like I said, it's still daylight and I had to sit there hit the tree. Whatever though. I had to get him out of here. I had to get him out of here, man. It's one of them days. Hit the stogie, you know, shit like that. Tomorrow we're gonna, try to relax a little more, just grab a bite to eat, get some food, chill out a little bit, you know. Yeah, all he was doing was just being annoying. Wasn't nothing too serious, you know. So it is what it is, man. Whatever. I'm chilling here, man. Tuesday. One thing I learned. I don't know if I should say learned. I guess I learned it. I think I talked about this a couple lives ago. Maybe back on Saturday, Sunday. Might have been Saturday. I no, I don't know what day this was. This was probably Friday. I was talking about getting this loan because I was approved for about 10K, which is funny. So because I was approved for about 10K, I was like, why not go for it? And then I kept getting the stupid mail that says, hey, you're approved for anywhere up to 20,000. So I was like, I don't need 20. I'll take half. I started calling the people, talking to them. Like I said, new job, new numbers, you whatever an hour. And I was like, I just want the money just so I can pay off shit right now, and then worry about paying off the loan this over time. I don't. I just want to get rid of all the fluffy shit right now. I don't really need the money, to be honest with you. Also, I made that call and the possible, or excuse me, I put the numbers out there just to figure out what I needed for what do you call this, for to see what I was, excuse me, to see what I was approved for. But also because I was like, I also didn't get my checks yet. Come to find out, they were already direct deposited the whole time, which is another long story. Now the funny thing about it was, um, They only were able to give me 2,000, 2,400 specifically. So I'm talking to the person on the phone. I was like, you can't just hit me with the five. So we can't do five based off this, then the third. We also got to use a certain car as collateral and all this stuff. And I was like, talking about co-signings and all this shit. And I was like, you know what, man? I'll let you know. He's like, all I'm missing from you is a picture of your ID and a pay stub. The funny thing about it is I can't even access the pay stubs. I try to reach out to a supervisor, get these pay stub situation going. Problem I have with that is like I have to access it on my own. The person I talked to was I can't do that for you. You have to do it on your own. Now the reason why I can't do it on my own is because I can't log in. I'm not able to log in into the what do you call this? The work related stuff. I've just never figured it out for whatever reason. You know what I mean? I've just never figured it out. And the other thing about it was like I don't want to do this just for 24. I don't want to affect my credit over 2,400. Let's be real. Five was manageable. Five was manageable. It was easy work. You know what I mean? Over time, pay that back. There's a bit of interest, but it is what it is. So shit like that, man. I be thinking about it. Trying to get that stuff right. Also, back to the training video stuff. I might have to compress it into different parts. So I will do like a best of, or not a best of, but space it out. Because when I start picking up these hours again, technically I'll have about four days to myself. 4 days to myself. But the way things are spaced out and the way the weekends are gonna be, I'm gonna have to give up weekends at some point. You know what I mean? That's one thing. We'll see if they shut it down. 1 second. Like I said, we'll see if they shut it down. But as of right now, hold on, man. As of right now, I don't know, man. I got these days ahead of me. I got to put at least one day in the week just to work out. My job itself is a workout. I will say. I think over time it's going to become more manageable. I work with guys that actually show up to the job. They do about 5 days a week, and they're there from the morning. I'm kind of more mid shift, so when I do my mid shift hours, it ain't so great. Basically, like you're right in the heat of everything, but at the same time, things start to slow down towards the end. So even though I try to do like a 8 hour joint, they reduce me an hour or two here and there. Some days where I'm supposed to be leaving around 5, I be end up leaving by like 3 o'clock, which is funny. But I try to stay no longer than that. Like I said, if I get a chance to get inside these fall classes, they can't get me in on Wednesday, but maybe Thursday. If I can figure that out, man, it's over. Trying to learn them languages here. You know what I mean? Show up to class, learn them languages. I'm trying to be in person though. I'd have to hit Central. I have to hit UW. That's what I'm feeling. What's the best bet? I just want to be on campuses. I'm a social person. I am not the most social person, but I got to. Let me see if I swap this real quick. Boom. All right. Let's see. Yeah, dude said some stupid shit. He said some stupid shit. Yeah, I'm chilling. If he drops in, let him know it's 30 minutes. It's only 30 minutes, really. Last time we had a couple kids chilling in the chat. There was one dude who used to come by. I ain't seen him in a while. I wonder what happened to him. They probably took his devices. He probably just trolling himself the whole time. But they might have took his devices. Parents, that is. Parents probably took his devices. Kids with iPads, man. Kids with iPads. But yeah, I'm looking at these people hoop right now. I need to go start hitting them parks in the morning too. Might wake up in the morning and do something. If not, hit the weight room. Community center's got the fitness center. Might start doing that. That's what I'm thinking on. Actually, never, I never seen if there was a no smoking sign at the park, which is funny. I never went to look at that. I don't see anything that says that. As long as people clean after themselves, they don't litter in the grass. I think that's the main thing, realistically. Now, I've had a handful of people drop in on me. When I'm really thinking about this year, man, that's one thing, man. When you start getting high and start getting burnt, you really start reflecting. I ain't been like super high in a while, but that shit'll kind of fuck with your brain because you really start reflecting on things that you know, may or may have not been swept under the rug. Some people, they get under the influence just to carry on with life. You know what I mean? Some people go under the influence just to forget things. You know what I'm saying? To try and forget things, but that stuff always resurfaces. That's one thing. A lot of them things always resurface. If it ain't the action, if not the behavior, it'll be the memory. So it comes down to what you want. You might as well get all the smoke of everything now. At least that's how I see it. So intentional highs, man. Intentional highs. Yeah, I appreciate those dropping in. Might keep this as a short one. I knew I should have brought headphones too. It's a nice little spot right here. I had to hit the shade. I'd be wondering if I was gonna say this too. I ran into a dude I used to work with on the track and field. That was kind of cool actually. That's pretty cool actually. I just seen him, shout out to my guy. I forget his name actually. What's his name? But he always has like his Dragon Ball Z sweater, his hoodie. And then he kind of just did a couple stretches and he just started running around the field. I was like, what? What's up, bro? Good to see him, man. You know what I mean? I told him, I was like, I'm about to just sprint, man. I'm gonna just be, you're gonna see me up and down right here. But it was cool to see him. I was like, I thought about what time of day it was. I was like, it's like 12 o'clock. He probably just got off work. But apparently, when he gets off work, he starts jogging around the track, which is, I think that's dope. I was like, you got enough energy to like jog after going to work? That's kind of fire, actually. So I'll give that man his props, man. I forget his name. Like, that's really gonna bug me. I used to see him around all the time. It's probably like Gerald or something, Jerry or Gerald or something. Or cool dude. Part of what I was wondering was like, I wonder how many people I used to just like know in general that was tapped into the content, the live streams, if not just whatever I'm posting. People, it's gotta, I don't know. Like a lot of the stuff is video game related. A couple Beyblade shorts, actually a lot of Beyblade shorts, but a lot of stuff has to come across people's timeline. But like, even if it doesn't, I just wonder who it reaches. Sometimes I'd be thinking about it. You picked up a graveyard shift, bro. 1 a.m. to 11 a.m. Let me think about that. You don't know how the sleep schedule is gonna be. That's interesting. If we do tournaments or meetups like afternoonish, you might be able to make that. But I feel like it depends because do you eat? I'll give you an example, right? Like how, let's say you take like a 30-minute drive to work. Do you eat like an hour before you drive out the house? Or you one of those you eat once you get home? JD, let me know what's going on with that. Excuse me. So yeah, let me know what's going on with that. Because I used to work a graveyard, but it was like 10 to 5 or some shit. 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. I used to work at Nordstrom Rack or something. You be eating at home, but do you eat before or after? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you eat before? Like, are you like, will you eat before you go to work, or like in the middle of work, or like after? You know what I'm saying? Because I used to work with, not that I used to work with a dude. I used to train with a guy who said he does intermittent fasting, where he doesn't eat in the morning, and he goes to work, and then he works the morning shift, and then he eats at lunch, and then he goes home and he just goes about his regular stuff. Maybe get a little snack at work. That's interesting though, man. A 1 to 11 is kind of crazy. That's like a 10 hour, 9.5, 9 to 10 hour. I'm low key trying to reduce my hours at work. It sounds stupid, but it's like there's no reason for me to be sticking around until 5 o'clock. There's sometimes, bro, between 4 and 5, where like for 30 to 45 minutes, I don't really have to do shit, and they give us little things to do, and I don't really mind. But then part of me is like, I could just go home. Like if it was up to me, I would just go home. But who knows, man? Because the thing is, if you stay for an extra hour, that's another 20 something bucks. You know what I mean? That's the theory. So it's like, why not get the extra 20 something bucks? But the thing is, I could just be doing this shit. I could just be in transit before it becomes rush hour. Because the thing is, if I catch the 8 home, because I catch the bus to work, if I catch the 8 home, it's hella busy because there's so many people getting off work around 5 ish, and then there might be people going to the games and shit. But then if I leave and I catch the 2, I got a better chance just going through downtown on that side. It's weird how that works, man. I just thought about that too. Oh, JD, I was going to ask you, at your new job, are you able to get free food at the job, or do you have to leave and get food? That's one thing I thought about too. Your schedule was Sunday to Wednesday, so it's perfect for me. Four tens. Are you doing 4 10s? Nice. You like full time? Are you or do you? I guess my question is, do you like full time, or do you live a life where you have to live full time? I'm assuming you live on your own or something. But yeah, I'm still with parents technically. Well, one parent because my mom's dead. My mom died, but it's like, you know, I'm still with my dad, still under his roof. So that's why I be paying shit forward all the time. Like I said, if he needs something from me, like I got him. But he's also a prideful guy. He's one of those, like, he's always like he's been on dad time since forever. Like, you know what I mean? He's one of those. It's also a cultural thing, man. If that makes sense, because he took care of my grandpa, his dad, and I've lived with my grandpa and dad for the longest. So it's like I've just seen generations of us in the same household. So I don't really know when people like want to move out and shit. Like I get it because people want the privacy to just be in their own crib and fucking shit. Like I get all that, and they want to smoke, hang out with friends. But I'm like, I mean, you're willing to do that for like 2,000 a month, like, which is not bad. But I'm like, I don't know, bro. I be thinking about that sometimes, man. But my family's very dysfunctional and fucked up sometimes. Like I mean, I'll say historically, but it's like we know we need each other. We're one of those type of families. Like we know we need each other, so we be there for each other. But I get my bad. I guess you don't have to disclose that. You don't have to answer my question. But I was just wondering because like I thought about it. Like I wanted to pick up a full time. It's funny that there was a full time thing that was gonna hire me as like a assistant manager or something. I was like, I don't even want to do that assistant manager shit. Like it's cool to get the salary, but the amount of stress I'd have to do to monitor the actual shop that I was going to be working at, the actual store, it was actually it was 2 stores. One of them was somewhere up north. I forgot what it was called, and the other one was Big Five. There was actually 2 Big 5 locations that needed new assistant managers and supervisors, and I was like, I don't want to do that shit really, because I got to be responsible for everything happening here, the employees, and then this is also a business that's starting to close its locations and chains everywhere. I live with mom still. Yep, got laid off at Amazon a few months back. Oh, I swear, but I'm about to move to a different location. I feel that. I think for me, like I'm about to save up and just move to a different state or like country or something, bro. I swear to God, I'm not sure if I can do dual citizenship. I mean, there's certain countries that allow you to, but we'll see. I just want to be able to travel freely back to America if necessary. You know what I mean? But the thing is, let's say I become a Japanese citizen, they're pretty cool with citizens of Japan coming to the states for like a certain amount of days, like that visa shit. You know, missed my old location though. It was 7 a.m. to 5. That's kind of clutch. Why'd they late? That's the thing is like I knew a girl. We dated a little bit, but me and her he was like we would fuck around and then she'd be like I gotta go to my shift, and she used to work like graveyard at Amazon or whatever, and then she used to have another job like doing some medical shit. I was like, you doing medical shit and you doing this? So that's crazy. But I commend her because she had a daughter, and then now she has a son, so now she has 2 kids. But it's just like I don't know how you do it, but she's on super mom time. She's one of those mom power. Seven, you like doing tens then, man? Because that's cool. I used to do 4 10s when I worked at was it? I used to work at Virginia Mason, the hospital, and I did 4 10s. I actually did 4 10s because I needed to what do you call this? I needed to get 400 hours. So I had a job on the weekends, and then I would do 410s on the weekdays, Monday through Thursday. I would work, and I would get 40 hours a week. Sometimes I would do a little extra. So some days it'd be like 411s here and there. I would tell them, I'm like, hey, I'm just trying to get my hours done. You care if I stay a little longer? Like, cool. If you want to knock out 11. So there was one week I did like 411s, 412s, or something like that. I was doing like, so I ended up getting like somewhere between 44 to like 50. You know what I mean? Like somewhere in that. So I don't ever do those jobs, man, where you have to get unpaid hours, man. It ain't worth it. Because I ended up not staying there anyway. But the thing was, I had my certification. You have to do 400 non-work hours for certification, but it's just like you got to have a second job, pretty much. It consumes a lot of time and energy. I say this because, like, you're a creative person, a creative spirit, and you should lean into both. I guess that's what I was asking. It was like, because for me, it's like I like having time to do this. If I'm not doing this, I'm gonna try to do some Beyblade stuff. If I'm not doing that, I try to do some whatever other stuff. I know you got the music stuff, so I will say, man, just make sure you keep doing your thing. And you be getting comments, man. I be seeing them joints. You getting love on your channel, man. That's what I like to see. What I like to see. Like money is one thing, my guy, but man, when you start leaning into the love of the art and just the fact that people love you for your art, it's a beautiful thing, man. And I will say, you got something good going on. Enough talk about me. Not even trying to put you on blast, but you got some good stuff going on over there. Yeah, man. I would lean into it a little bit. You know, just do a little bit here and there. Try to do one thing for the channel. What do you call it? One thing for the channel a week. You know what I mean? Like I think about that sometimes because like, man, even like I said this morning, I almost went back to bed or went to IHOP instead of going to the gym. But I was like, I thought about Rob because Rob was like, yo, we love seeing that type of content because even if you're saying you're getting back in shape, it motivates certain people. He was saying something to that effect. That's not necessarily verbatim, but he said something to that effect, and I was like, I'll be forgetting that shit's bigger than me. Even when I play the RPG games and I document it, it's like I forget about the people who never get a chance to play the game or who used to play the game and want to reminisce. Because I get so many comments on like gold version, blue version, uh, uh, sapphire, fire red. They're like, oh, thank you for these memories here. I'm like, I forgot about that. You forget about that sometimes, man. I was saying this to somebody, and it was a Beyblade live stream. It was Alamella. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Alamella from New York or in New York. I don't know if I'm pretty sure they're from New York, but Alamella was like you're talking about content. I was like, you realize how much of the YouTube content has boomed this year, but also the community, Beyblade communities have boomed in terms of everything Beyblade related boomed this year. And it's just like we all have each other to thank because content creates communities. You know what I'm saying? Z is over on TikTok making a lot of noise. I was doing like again, I don't know who I influence, but I don't I don't have like thousands of views on videos and shit necessarily, but or maybe one of them, I'm not sure. But like the shorts, but not like the vlogs and shit. But even out of those 100 to 150 some views, there's like one person who's like, oh fuck it, let me start vlogging shit too. Let me be over here. Let me grab my coffee. Let me do my thing. So shout out to guys like Jay Blade. Shout out to guys like Lord Crambushi. You know what I mean? People really shout out to Z Crew obviously, and fucking who am I forgetting, bro? I know I'm forgetting somebody. Hollow X Bays, my guy. Left Spin Bays. Guys like that, like Alamella, all them people. Chief Bongo, come on, man. There's so many people doing shit. Spooky the Hasbro. Come on, man. Like it's crazy. It's just like I'm not saying I had something to do with that, but just thinking about it, I'm like, oh yeah, I like that. Whether like I'll give an example. Someone makes a trash ass video or makes some shit that's like subpar. Somebody sees that shit and it's like I could do something better. That's cool, man, because you're getting inspired by something that isn't necessarily inspirational, but it did inspire you nonetheless. So I think about that. It's like we just keep on creating. You never know whose lives you'll touch. You know what I mean? There's gonna be people that like are in high school right now, middle school right now. They're gonna grow up and remember your channel. They're gonna remember your page, which is kind of cool. It's a cool thing to think about. I had somebody from back in the day just recite one of my lyrics and bars to me. Old shit that I had been forgot about. And they said that shit. Remember that song? Da da da. I was like, bro, this dude right here. I don't even fuck with that song anymore. But all right, I fuck with them for remembering that shit. Like little things like that. You know, little shit like that. I be remembering all my homies' bars. I be remembering their beats. I be remembering the songs, man. You know what I'm saying? They be bringing up old shit. It's a cool. It's a weird feeling. It's cool though, man. Like it's cool, man. Cause you gotta think like I was telling somebody this. It's memories to it. Hey, chain the memories, bro. Kingdom Hearts chain memories. There it is. It's chain memories time. But it's kind of funny because like I was telling my friend, I was like, my friend. Shout out to my guy Zen Seizure. He ain't been around in a while musically. But I think he's still doing shit on IG and Instagram. But I don't use IG. But apparently he's on there. So shout out to Zen Seizure. But I used to recite his bars to him. And then I started thinking about it. I was like, hey man, I started explaining to him. I said, you know what I realized, man? When the music is done, when the music is done, like when we create it and we put it out there, it's no longer ours. It's no longer ours, even though we might have owned it or have like publishing ownership to it. It's no longer ours. And I thought about it because, like, I get an example, man. Like, there be some Kendrick songs that come on, and he'll be saying some shit. Then you got some Clip songs that come on. Like, Clip had some songs talking about. Well, the thing is, it means a lot to them because they're talking about their dead parents and they're talking about their dead mom. Like Kendrick will say some shit on a mental health level or whatever. I'm like, yo, I'm feeling this song a whole lot. You know what I mean? It resonates with me. I think about that with Freddie Gibbs. Like, there be certain songs, Tupac, shit like that. It just resonates with me. It's just like, yo, something about that emotion and that feeling resonates with me, and it almost feels like this is meant for me more so than it was for the person creating it. And that's why I say, like, as artists, sometimes when you create the artist, it just exists, almost up for interpretation, up for whatever, and it's like we don't even own it no more. Technically, people feel a way about it a lot more. You know what I mean? It's weird. It's just weird. There's a guy who used to make beats. You probably know him. His name is Negro Saki. He sampled a lot of video game stuff and anime shit. Negro Saki's from Florida. He's part of the Ethereal universe. They used to do a lot of like he used to do a lot more hip hop and boom bappy shit, but he would remix and he was nice with the styles. Like he could switch styles if he needed to. But the whole Ethereal universe did a lot of like dubstep slash um, trip hop and well, I forgot the other one. Just trance, drum and bass kind of music. And Nigrasaki was like around the time I had dropped out of high school. So the memories of when I felt free and would just walk down the street thinking of going to the library and listening to some Nigrasaki, go to my friend's house, we're bumping that shit. We're listening to Nujabez. We're playing old Dilla shit. This is like 2010. We're like bumping old Dilla shit. We're like, I'm finding new Q-Tip albums, older ones, like just going down the rabbit hole of music. All those songs during that time period really painted a picture of when I was about 17. That's like the 17-year-old memories right there. And sometimes those days, like just thinking about those songs and thinking about sunsets or like, visiting my ex or my girlfriend or whatever, like just things like that. I'm like, it's something about, power of music, man. It's the power of music and art. Like it really is one of those things that it unites people in a shared memory thing. Because the thing is, we'll be like, I don't know, I'll speak for myself, but it's like I'll sit there and labor over a sample or labor over a lyric or you know a sequence of things like an edit or a mix or whatever. I'll think about that, but then what that does for other people is interesting. Like other people who talk to me about like, well, I watched your vlog, I found your channel, and they're kind of laughing and saying like, "Yo, it was dope, man." Like when they laugh, it comes across a certain way, but when they're like, "No, it was dope, man. I like you got to do more of those." Da da da. I'm like, man, really? That's how you feel? Because I remember the labor of going through it to film it. I remember the labor of editing it and making sure everything's right, and then like to think that like your efforts are being appreciated. It's a very good feeling, man. So that's cool, man. The process of art is everything. Process of creation, if you will. Creation is very important. Creation takes nothing, man. You can create a lot of things. Like I said this last time, people create chaos sometimes, and sometimes that chaos affects people's lives in a negative way. But you can create things that can even undo that. You can create music that takes people out of it. A lot of people have trauma because someone else took their ability to create and created chaos for someone, and they had trauma. But then guess what? Guess what heals that? The creation of music, the creation of art will heal that trauma. It'll heal people's wounds with just creation, man. It's really a beautiful thing. It's really interesting. Really interesting how that works. Because whether that song is 2 minutes or five, man, you could escape for a little bit. It's that escapism. Music, movies, vlogs, YouTube shorts, TikTok, all that shit. Everything with good intentions, man. Everything with good positive intentions, man. I be thinking about this shit sometimes. I'm really happy with like everything I've done this year. I'm like, yo, it's helped certain people. It's helped touch people. It's helped inspire a few people here and there. If it's just one life that's affected, that's kind of cool with me. I'm cool with that, bro. Really interesting. Got me thinking about shit, you know? That's my tangent, bro. You know me, bro. I'll go in the deep end. I'll go into the weeds about that shit. Forgive me. Forgive me on that. I'll get into the weeds about it. I'm happy I got a chance to do this though. Be out here like this though. Relax and unwind like this though. After working out, a day like this, a couple days like this, working, putting the work in. I was like, it's time to hit the Michael Jordan cigar. Shit like that. That's how life gets sometimes, man. Get that art in, man. Get that art in. Put the work in. Whatever it is. But I'm on there every day. Put some work in. On that same note, I thought about this. I might have to start hitting the 24-hour fitness, if not the damn community centers. I got to find out what they're working with inside them little fitness rooms. They be saying they have shit. I be seeing weights, free weights, and treadmills and shit. Probably little donations or like money that's allocated here and there. Sometimes they allocate money to different community centers and community spots. So I'm just like, let me start utilizing it. Then if it's a free membership, I'm gonna utilize it. But I might have to start paying for the 24-hour. That's funny. You pay for 1 month at the 24-hour. You be there only like one time a week type shit. It happens though. It happens sometimes. Sometimes you got to work out before you go home. Sometimes you got to work out after work. Whatever feels right though. Yeah, it is. Plane is passing by. My bad. I just realized plane is over here. I hear it over here, but it's affecting the stream a bit. But it is what it is. Yeah, man. Matter of fact, I just dropped that application. Waiting for all spots to open up. Yeah, yeah, man. Hey, you know what I'm gonna be honest, JD. I'm trying to get better at work-life balance, man. Because there be days, there be some like I used to have years a long time ago where I would just lock in on work, man. I don't know if you've been there before, where like you get a new job and it's like I'm gonna just lock in on the job. I'm gonna go home, work, save some money, spend it here and there, homework, blah blah blah, and then just do your little thing. But then I'm trying to get better at just like work, have fun, community stuff, Beyblade stuff, whatever. Do some art, do some recording. I need to do my very last package opening. I'm waiting on that. Excuse me, I don't need to wait on that. I just got to do it. But yeah, man. What's funny too, JD? I put in like about 20 applications yesterday or 2 days ago. Might have been yesterday because yesterday was Monday, and I actually had an interview today at 2, but I didn't show up for the what do you call FaceTime like this. I didn't show up for it. I was like, I'm just gonna watch music videos at the house with my brother and just eat lunch and recharge and eat some ice cream. Fuck all that. Because I already have a job. I'm looking for the second job for the weekend. You know, trying to get 2 jobs, man. I don't know if I should do it, JD. Let me know what you think about that. I feel like I just got to do what I got to do right now for the next year or so. Just lock in on work a little bit. I might do a couple of vlogs here and like a couple of truancy hours like this one, a couple workout videos like this one. got to make sure stress levels are good. You know that you're right though, man, because that's why I left the last one because I almost crashed out on somebody. I almost whooped his ass. I was doing 4 8s, but the eights would be hectic some days, man. Some days it'd be like a straight 8 hour. We're just hustling and bustling, and then some days we got like about 4 or 5, and then I got to chill out for like 3. But it was the actual. I say this all the time, man. It's just the people at the workplace. It's just like you're getting so comfortable being disrespectful. And part of me is again, like I said during that time period, I just wanted to find a little more peace in my life. Got over a breakup, got over, trying to get over some grief. Everybody started activating my grief. Or excuse me, excuse me, I should say it like this. My grief was coming upwards, and I started getting activated in the worst way. Started getting a little more angry, and I was like, you know what, man, I'm gonna fuck somebody up right now. I'm about to whoop somebody's ass and bust their head. You know what I'm saying? Straight knuckle game. But I was like, you know what, man, let me chill out. And I knew, I say this all the time, like I knew I wasn't that mad. Like I knew, because the thing is, I would see these people in the hallways that I knew were like, I knew I wanted to whoop their ass, but I would still say hi and good morning to them. But then every now and again, they'd either do some slick shit or say some slick shit. And I was like, I realized that's just who they are. They show up to work and just be on some funny shit. That's when I realized, like, yeah, I'm not even really mad at them because I still have the energy to say good morning to them. I still have the goodness in my heart to say that. But I started thinking, like, yeah, all this, there's something deeper inside that's probably like really hurting me and that I got to deal with right now. So I took them 5 months off. Every month, I would just sell like $1,000 worth of stock that I had in the market and just pay myself. Sometimes I'd pay myself just to buy more blades and come hang out with people. But yeah, it was nice to like I built a cushion of stock money to just take care of myself and others around me. But now we're back to work. Now we're back to work. Just got to ignore them. Certain people at work, places be hella toxic and whatnot. My last Amazon place, shit was hella drama and toxic. Everybody was flirting with everybody. Oh no, and I was just doing my own thing. That's the thing too. Like I learned it at this new job. This one dude, I could be wrong. I think he was flirting with this one bitch. I was like, not don't do it. I should have told him not to do it, but I was like, he trying to hit that. I ain't even mad at it, but it's just not good. It ain't healthy, but I ain't mad at it. I'm no better though, man. Like I said, I used to work in a hospital. Nurses and different practitioners of other, what do you call this, departments, man. They be looking right. I'm gonna tell you something funny, JD. Let me know if you're ready for this. Just let me know you're ready, and I'll let you. I'll say it. I'll tell you something funny. But yeah, you're right though, man. I'm trying to get better at ignoring shit. Cause you ready, man? I'm trying to get better at ignoring shit. Cause part of me is like, if I know something is a problem or an issue, I feel like I have to confront it or deal with it. But a lot of things aren't. Father Adams told me this. He said a lot of shit is not your responsibility. Is you don't feel like having to have a conversation with someone or having to confront someone is a responsibility. Like you don't have to do that. You can just show up and you can just show up. You don't have to show up and then take care of everything, make sure everything's good. You don't have to do all that. But you said you're ready. All right, man. I'll tell you something funny. This girl I used to work with started dating her. So me and her were dating. We go out to eat and everything. Um, we're dating. We're going out to eat. We're fucking. We're doing all that stuff. We're doing all the whole nine, etc. We're doing our things. We take trips. We took a trip. She took. She on some sugar mama shit. She took me on a trip and all that. A couple months later, come to find out I'm dating somebody's wife. I'll leave it at that. Plain and simple. It'd be like that, man. It'd be like that. And I thought about it. I was like, all the times I spent with her, she ain't had no ring or nothing. Come to find out on paper, she's still whatever. She over here trying to convince me she's going like what do you call this? I'm in court still. Like we're trying to figure this out. We're trying to finalize it. But then this is happening, that's happening. I was like, okay, when does it get finalized? She says, in a couple months. A couple months down the line, we're still doing our thing. I'm like, I don't think anything's happening. I think you still married on paper. You just don't got no ring. Because you really be cucking this motherfucker right here. But yeah. And I'll tell you something funny. Me and her still be messing around. Funny ass shit. Every now and again, I'll be like, how you doing? What's going on? Whoop, wop. And we getting it in. It's just funny as hell like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's the wildest shit. It's like, oh, you still. It's like, we how many Valentines did we do shit together? How many times on your birthday did I, you know what I'm saying? And then on my birthday, that's wild. That's wild. But it'd be like that. But yeah, let's see. Devil's disguise and girls, bro. For it be like that, bro. Gotta learn them. Kulshidra Idris, are you excited for the return of Evilis? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if I want to play that one because if I remember correctly, the PlayStation version, War of the Lions, your units would actually die, and I was like, I don't want to deal with that, man, because like I was already trash playing Fire Emblem. But let me know if that makes sense to you, Kushudra. Kushudra. Let me know if I'm saying that correctly. Cool. Yo, your profile, bro, your PFP, bro, your profile picture is wild. I don't even know what I'm looking at. That should look crazy at first. I thought it was a bitch getting hogtied. I don't know what I'm looking at, dog. But talk to me. I do like right now I'm trying to wrap up playing Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. Trying to get that out the way. You're gonna pre-order it probably? Yeah. I'm about to. You know what I'm about to do is I want to play Silk Song. I want to do you know the sequel or the prequel. It's either a sequel or a prequel to Hollow Knight. But I'm looking forward to playing that. And then in October, the first game is gonna be Digimon. And then in the middle of the month you get Pokemon or something, right? No, you get Pokemon and then you get Dragon Quest at the end of the month. So the whole October, I'm gonna be locked in. I'm low-key about to ask for the whole October off. I'll be like, hey man, let me get the whole. Let me be off this whole month. Fuck all that. Pay my shit later. You know. I will say though, JD, if you're still kicking it, man, it's I will say, man, it's like even though I knew about the bullshit, I was still with it. I was like, damn, you still let me hit. You still let me do whoop de wop. All right. And me and her been in contact since. It's a disgusting game, but I'm not gonna act like I don't participate in the disgusting game. That's the fucked up part. Because the other thing is like the dude isn't my friend. You know what I'm saying? If he's my friend, that's a different issue. I'm like, oh yeah, yeah, you having me do that to the homie? Like even my homie's exes. Like I had a one homie, he had like three exes, and it was all fine as shit. And when they all broke up with him, when they got to know me better, and I had to sit down with one of the bitches like, I don't fuck the homie's exes. And the thing about that particular homie, I found out he was a rat. He was a rat in my hood. So I was like, oh yeah, I really should have been smashing his exes the whole time. But at the same time, it is what it is, bro. You know, whatever happens, happens. Kushudra goes, since they coming back to Evilise, I wonder if Marsh from Final Fantasy Tactics Advance will be in. The thing about, so if you play War of the Lions, the PS1 one, Marsh is already in there. He's part of the storyline, to my understanding. But they also put like other units, because like that universe has, I think they have Balthier. I think Balthier is in Final Fantasy Tactics, War of you know the new one that's coming out. If that's a remaster or redone version, I think that's what they're doing. But I don't think it has anything to do with. I mean, I shouldn't say it doesn't have nothing to do with Final Fantasy Tactics Advance because I think Mont Blanc might be in there, but there's a couple units in the Evilise, Evilise or Avalise, Evilise or whatever, in that universe that all correlate together. If that makes sense. So, but it'd be like that, JD. It's like that sometimes, man. It's just like, but see, JD, that's what I'm saying is like for me on a spiritual level and on a connection level, I think for me it's like I don't even want to deal with people who play games like that because as much as I can say, oh, I'm solid enough, someone whose foul is not going to influence me to turn to a foul person. I think a little bit kind of seeps in, and then like because I'm reaping the benefits of foul shit, you just keep going on and continuing with it, you know. Because I've met dudes that'll always say like they're a righteous drug dealer, like yeah, I don't be doing this. Oh, if the lady's pregnant, no, I don't do that. If I know the whatever, if I know the house is fucked up, I try to send the crackhead the other way, like stuff like that, because the money's just there. But I'm like, but you're still doing shit. You know what I mean? Like it's like the lesser of the two evils or whatever. But so, that's why I said I want to move to Japan so I could just get a sense of peace because I'm like I just want some honest living. You know what I mean? I just want to be around some honesty. Sometimes I hate that I'm good dancing around and navigating, whole ass wives like that, and like um ignorant American culture. You know what I mean? Like things along those lines. I hate that I'm really good at navigating it. Because when I was in New York City, I was just moving, whoop, whoop, pop, like it was easy. Going here, this, that, and the third, like it was nothing to me. But because I'm used to that shit and used to that element, got a plane overhead. But even just because I'm used to it doesn't mean I should be. I don't think it's healthy. So like part of me just wants to like go towards more. That's why I like the Beyblade community, bro. You understand? That's why I really love the Beyblade community because everything is very, for the most part, everything is very like loving and peaceful. Well, I shouldn't say peaceful, but everything is loving and fun. So everything's like loving and fun. And I just wanted to insert the caring aspect more so than anything. You know what I mean? I was like, what the fuck am I hearing? But yeah, man. My bad. Sorry about that. I'm sorry. I thought you were going that way. I didn't mean to blow the smoke. All right. He was locked in with this girl at Amazon, and we was hitting it off for a couple of weeks. Took her to Boba, went around one, it was cool, and then suddenly she like ghosted me. Every time we walked past each other, we side eye and shit. And I was like, what the fuck? One day she came up to me and said she moving to Germany. I don't think it was because of you though. I think she just trying to. I think she was trying to do her little thing before she went to Germany. I mean, based off what I'm reading, I'm wondering if like she's trying to get a little whoop whoop on before Germany, and then I wonder if like she thought she'd be at Germany sooner than later, and then she was still at work. You know what I mean? That's my assumption. But it's funny how that worked, man. Also, I will say, some females are foul. It's more to it. I couldn't. I hear what you're saying, JD. We could talk about it a little later if you want to. We'll probably chop it up at a different time. One thing, there's a dude out there. His name is I think I could be wrong. I think the name of the channel is Anime Workouts. But this guy, he runs this thing called the 10-second podcast, and he literally just like he'll record something for 10 seconds, and that's his podcast. He has hella episodes. He has like 200. He has close to 300 episodes. It's funny as hell. But something funny he brought up, I think it was him or someone else, was like the reason why he said he's talking about toxic women. He said with toxic women sometimes they expect you to go all out, especially if they're used to being wine and dine on some all out shit. So when you take them out for coffee or drinks, they want to be able to brag to their girlfriends like, "Oh my God, he took me to Red Lobster and da da da, and he got me 3 cocktails and da da da." Like a bitch wants to say something like that, but then if she goes back to her friends like, "Oh, you seen someone new? What did he do? Coffee, boba?" Like when they hear shit like that, and it's wholesome. It's actually a nice thing to do. Nothing wrong with the coffee or boba. I'm a coffee person. So I like taking girls out for coffee. But some women, like I went out with a girl first time we went out to go hang out and eat. I think we grabbed drinks like coffee or something funny because we were just coffee people. And she's a little bit older. I don't know if you know, man. I be fucking with cougars and milfs and shit all the time. I don't know why. Um, but it's like she was sitting there talking about um, what she said. What she say? No, she didn't say nothing. But I realized there was one night I took her to get some pad thai. We were doing the whole nine, bro. Pad thai, fried rice, egg rolls, and all that shit. And then we walked around, held hands for a little bit, but it didn't seem like she was that into me. But she just, she never got back to me. It was one of the things like she just never consistently got back to me. But I'm like, that's how it be sometimes. If a girl wants to make time for you, she'll really get back to you, get back at you. And if not, you just don't waste time. You just move. I mean, you already know this. I'm pretty sure you know this. I don't gotta say it. But it's like, yeah, you just keep it pushing. But it is kind of foul. Like if you really put some time and energy and effort into people, and then they don't really reciprocate it, it can hurt. Like on a not even no man shit, just a human being level. Because I've had girls put time and effort into me, and then like I didn't realize I wasn't reciprocating it. Like I friend zoned some homegirls one time. And, yeah, like I look back and I'm like, I see why she's hurt. I see why she feels the need to try to make an example of me all the time. But it always backfires on her, which is funny. Because in my mind, like I realized I was being oblivious to shit, but all this shit would backfire on her. This is a whole nother girl I'm talking about now, but yeah, that's my homie. Like I just thought of her as a friend, but she felt like she was being friend zoned. But I was like, what's wrong with us being friends? You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with us really. Just that's the way I looked at it. But it's like that sometimes, man. It's funny, man. It's funny like that. But I don't know, man. You just gotta. I don't want to say like you gotta find the one, but it's like I hope you find someone who matches your energy, like who loves to be, you know. Because I'll speak for myself. When I'm in love with someone, or if I have a love for people, like you see me in the Beyblade community. I'm very overbearing. Like I try to just give gifts and I give time and energy to people. I love that shit because it's like I feel like people have given me a really positive and safe space to just exist very happily. So for me, because of that, I was like, yo, let me just start. We got young people. We also got people who can't afford Beyblades to a certain degree. So let me just start doing raffles. Let me start giving shit away. I know there's people who want to participate. So shout out to my guy. not Demonte Expo 9 and 89 and shit. Them motherfuckers like, I just gave him some. I just handed him some Beyblades one day because he was like, I don't have a job right now. I don't got no time to whoop de wop. And he's only like 20 years old, 21. I just gave him some Beyblades. Like, come on, man, the dude's like 10 years younger than me. I'm gonna just look out for him because I wish I had somebody 10 years older than me when I was growing up. Give me some shit. So that's how I feel. But it's the same thing. I hope that you find somebody that you pour some energy into. But more importantly, man, when you start pouring energy into yourself, you work out or you take care of yourself financially and health wise, you'll attract the right people anyway. So just start taking care of yourself a little more, and then you'll find someone that you can take care of and give that love and energy to. That's just it's very simple, but it's hard sometimes because sometimes you feel like I'll speak for myself. Sometimes I feel like I'm missing something. I need to fill it in with a person, like a loved one, like a new girlfriend or some shit. You know how that goes. It's really interesting, man. It's really so I'm realizing like but it's tricky, right? It's tricky. That's all about getting older and experiencing shit. Just keep it pushing in this generation. How now you just gotta, oh my bad, move slow and watch their moves because you don't know if they a hoe till you see some fuck shit. It's funny because like, man, I don't even know if I want to say all that. I'm not saying that they're all hoes, but they're all hoes for the right person. You know what I mean? Every female's a hoe for the right man, and that's what I'm saying. Back to me fucking with the married bitch. It's like it's that, and then even like all all the homegirls I knew that were like the homie's ex, or like a girl I knew that would like I knew her boyfriend, like I wasn't that close with her, but literally would be flirting with me in front of him, like trying to test just testing him. Like I see this shit all the time. It's disgusting, but I can't even call them all bitches. But if they're willing to cheat, I'm gonna call them a bitch. So it's like when I see a bitch cheating like that, it really like it bothers me, hurts my soul because I'm like, for me, I grew up around some solid women, um, and then they got turned out too sometimes. But you grew up around some solid women, and they're just like, yeah, they just the old generation type shit. Like I'm not even mad at the girl for having options, but the fact that she treated me as like a little, I could fuck off with James, fuck around with James, and then just go back to him. Like it's just nasty because I'm like, yo, you with him? Like your heart is with him. Just be with him. You know what I'm saying? He's giving you all his heart, and this is how you treat him. So I don't even like that's what I'm saying. I don't even like participating in that shit, bro. But you'll find that anywhere. Apparently, like all again back to Japan, there'd be hella hoes in Japan apparently too, which is funny, and they don't be caring, which is funny. It's just weird how it works that way. You be thinking all the hoes be in America, but shit, any first world country got hoes, which is funny. One thing I've learned looking back, just enjoy the hoes, man. Like if they're there for you, just if they're available, just enjoy the hoes. Because I've looked back a couple of them where I'm like, I might name this the once this finishes uploading, I might name this the name of the episode. Enjoy the hoes. I don't know if I'll get flagged. We live. That's what I'm saying, man. Like it's kind of weird, like, but also like you live once, so it's not wrong with finding that person along the way. You know what I mean? It's also like we're men too, so it's like we be I'm not saying that if we hoe around that we're not compromised. Like yeah, some dudes can hoe around and still be compromised because if you're consistently living that like dance around kind of life, like you'll be dancing around the chosen one or like the you know what I'm saying, the one that was meant for you, or whatever, like your partner in the long run. But I will say like just try and get better at them habits. But along the way you'll find holes. Like no matter what, you could be like on top of your shit and excelling in life. Your finances are going up, car gets paid off, etc. You know what I mean? You finally got your own place and all that. You could just be on the up and up, and you'll always come across holes, no matter what level you're at. You're just gonna find more hoes and like higher leveled hoes, which is hilarious. It's funny how that works, man. You know what I'm saying? Some girls you thought were like just waiting for you to get your own place. We're just waiting for you to get your own place so they can be a hoe at your place, which is a funny thing too. So like when I see people Like every girl I know that trips on me catching the bus, I just kind of know she's a hoe. Cause I'm like, she's worried about the fact that I'm on a bus because she wants to see me pick her up. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd be funny shit like that. So that's why I like staying on some orca card shit. I'd be sitting there with the orca card, like, yeah, that's what I do. And I'm telling you, every female I know, you know what I'm saying? You'll notice it, man. Oh, he catches the bus. Like, she be talking shit, throwing shit all the time. I'm like, yeah, because you wish I had a car, my own joint, so I could pick you up and bring you to that shit. This shit is funny. Shit is funny like that. Trying to build a genuine heart. But if I could fuck around, then I'll just fuck around for a moment. Hey, man, I wouldn't blame you. You know what I'm saying? Because like, I'll give an example. Like, if you're a dude, I met a lot of I met one dude, man. He's only had, I could be wrong. He's only had one partner. I'll tell you this story actually. There's one dude. We used to work with him and shit. This guy, the only partner he ever had was the girl he was married to. Before that, he was so addicted to porn and shit. He's born in like the early '80s, late '70s, something like that. So he's a little bit older than me and you. But he's an older dude, and he's only ever been with his wife. So there are moments and times where, like, because he was part of this group and organizational stuff, where to my understanding, they believe that staying monogamous was these motherfuckers thought staying monogamous was capitalism or some shit. It's a long story. It's a long story. Don't worry about the details. But the wife would just fuck off on other dudes, and he wouldn't care. And then one time, they're like, "Listen, we're gonna try to even it out because she's beautiful, so she's gonna get fucked a lot more than you're gonna get play because you don't know how to talk to girls, but you're dedicated to your wife." So what they tried to do was they tried to bring another girl that they were him and his wife were mutually friends with, and he was supposed to fuck both of them, but he ended up sitting in the corner watching both of the girls fuck. So he's just like a nice guy because he doesn't know how to respectfully insert himself. He don't know how to dominate or assert himself. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, I don't really judge people because you have dudes like that are just, they're just good guys. They're just good guys. They want to be good guys. They want to, and they deserve to have a good woman in their life. That whatever. But if they can't necessarily command the respect or even command the room, even in their expertise, even in their own expertise or their job or their whatever, if they can't command it, they just can't. They don't necessarily deserve what they. You know what I'm saying? You don't care about being cut. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm like. But that's like men's mental health shit, where it's just like no one had any regard for him when they was fucking on other dudes behind his. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. He's just a good dude. So again, I was talking to another mutual friend of him, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm the dude who was trying to hook him up." He said, "I'll be trying to hook him up all the time, and he's such a good dude. He don't know how to fuck on anyone aside from and like the thing about his wife right now, they've been divorced for I don't know how many years now, 2 or 3 years or some shit, maybe like 4 or 5 right now. They've been divorced for a while, and he still ain't smashed nothing. He be going on little walks and dates with females and shit, but he don't be doing shit. He just want to be a dad. He's just a good ass dude. It's fucked up. But it's all the shit talking that women do about guys. It's like, yo, there's a good dude right there. There's a good dude right there who just you know what I'm saying, but they don't want that. That's the dichotomy or the hypocrisy here is like you want a good dude, but there's one right there that history shows he wasn't willing to cheat on his wife, and even when his wife was fucking on another girl or other dudes, he would just sit in there. You'd be crashing out and leave. I'm saying I'd be on the same time. I'd be like, oh, you on that type of time? We done. Boom, we done. But he's just like he loves her. He's like I love. He just loves. Yeah, that's just who he is. And I'm like, oh yeah, I can't. I don't know if that takes balls or not. I don't know if that's balls or I don't know if that's just like, bro. I don't know what that is. God bless him, because I don't know. I don't want to be mean, but it's like couldn't be me, bro. Couldn't be me. But I ain't mad at you, bro. He's a good dude, man. He's a good dude. Every now and again, I see him with his son. He's a goofball, so I can't really talk to him because he's a goofball. He gets real comfortable sometimes. I'm like, man. And his own wife used to try to flirt with me, which is crazy. His own and that's why I asked other people, and I was like, yo, why was his wife doing that? And then that's when they explained to me, like, oh yeah, she's cheated, not cheated, but she's fucked around on him before, and he's cool with it. And I'm like, nah, I can't even participate with that because he's my friend. He's my friend. I get rides from him. We've been places. We chopped it up about life for hours. And just because his wife is beautiful, you think I'm gonna do that? No, that's just not me, principally. But again, because I'm a person who stands on principles, and I don't fuck around with the bullshit. Again, she wants women. She wants dudes like that. That's the type of woman she is. That most women are like that. They want dudes like that, which is crazy. Because he put his all into her and wasn't giving back to himself. You know what I'm saying? If anything, he put the energy into his kids, but he couldn't put the energy into himself. So it was hard for him to be loved and respected, if that makes sense. It's tricky, man. It's fucked up where we live in because, he just wants to be a good dude, right? You get him, though, he loves his woman. Yeah, they've been divorced for like 5 years, 4 or 5 years, something like that now, man. And he still ain't smashing nothing in between. It's sad. I had a homegirl. I haven't talked to her in a long time. She's a ex stripper and all that. I'm trying to hook him up low key. I'm gonna just be like, listen, just go in there with him and just hit him with the whoop pop upside the head. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Sit on him, etc. Do your little thing with him. I don't even know if he's gonna be able to handle all that. You know what I mean? She about my height. She a big juicy girl. She like 200 something. She an Islander girl. She a big juicy and all that. I don't know if he's ready for all that. I'm gonna tell him like, bro, you better hit that. If I ever see him and I see him both in the same room, I'm gonna be like, hey, would you fuck with this dude? Boo boo boo. I'm gonna just make it happen. Try to get him laid. I was like, go upstairs, go up there, bro. Don't leave until yeah. Don't leave. Just go up there and go do something because he's just a good dude, man. He deserves to just break out, man. Go find you a cougar because he's like in his 40, he's like in his late 40s or something. Go get you a cougar, go something. I'm gonna give him a little young hoe or whatever. I shouldn't call my friend a hoe, but she kind of is. She knows she is. She knows she a hoe. I love her though. I love her. I still keep in contact with her. I mean, my bad. I haven't kept in contact with her, but it'd be kind of wrong for me to just hit her up out of the blue, like, hey man, I need you to fuck this dude who's like too good, because you be saying you need good dudes, but here's one right here. Funny shit like that. The world's funny like that. But yeah, I'm trying to hook him up, I guess. I don't know. Good luck to him. Hey JD, man, I'm at like, hold on. Ooh, I'm at 5%. I'm about to start walking back. There it is, man. I appreciate you dropping in, man. I don't know what I'm gonna name this one. Um, where the hose at? I'm gonna name this episode "Where the Hose At" or something. Yeah, this is the "Where the Hose At" episode. You know, phone's at 4%, whatever. But yeah, man. God bless, man. Hope you've been good, man. I hope that's my thing. God, love, and nature. That's like my trinity. I try to maximize on all three before I think about money, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm trying to get better at all that shit. Try to finish this cigar on the way home. Yeah, man. I appreciate it, bro. Love y'all. Everyone else that came through. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. Peace.